Mr. President, were you attacked North Korea?
With the words "into radioactive ashes"
widespread
as the
devastation
headline,
now
this
30
news
kilometers off
stick it
the
next to an
Pacific
image
coast.
of a mushroom cloud and nuclear explosion.
23 people are confirmed dead. Gas rising and is expected to rise. Now, there are also reports that the first wave has
Tensions
reached
on the North Korean peninsula are ratcheting up. Pyongyang announcing it's conducted a successful H-bomb test.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Revere Report. I'm Colin Sedgwick,
And I'm Jack 2K's Manfield.
and we're here for episode number 2. I'm really proud of us, Jack, who was able to get back here in time to get this recorded.
Yeah, you did a great job there. That's quite a expanse to travel there on short notice.
Yeah, I came all the way back from the East Coast. Just got in here a few hours ago and got everything set back up. Got down into the bunker, and here we go for episode number 2.
Well, I'm happy to have you here as always.
Oh, I feel like this is my second home.
Well, good.
Yeah.
You know, I try and make them really welcoming. You know, for the very few guests that I do have.
Oh,
in here.
it's beautiful in here, guys. Like one day when we get the YouTube channel up and everything, you'll be able to see the scope of some of this bunker. We can't show too much, but we'll blur out most of the big board and the details of it. We can't get that out, but you'll be able to see it and see the bunker. It's a wonderful place, and the upstairs is great. That we
Thank
can
you.
never show.
You know, I've put a lot of work into this place over the years, and it means a lot to hear that.
Your garden is exquisite.
You know, let's not talk too much
Right.
about the garden.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we just want to welcome everybody back for your weekly dose of truth, and we wanted to comment right away about the great feedback that we're getting.
Yes, thank you, folks, very much. The feedback we've been getting on Twitter has been amazing. We put up some polls throughout last week, and we commented that the results of the polls we would discuss on today's episode. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Get right into it.
Let's see here. The first poll that we had up was... Let me go back and find it here real quick. All right. So how should President Trump drain the swamp? And
This was a great. This one I think might be my favorite. This was the first one, correct?
yes, this was the first one.
This was good.
So we had our, let's just go from last place to first place.
Perfect.
Tied for last, the two options were build a shopping mall on the swamp, and then build a pipeline through the swamp. Those both came in at 3%.
3%?
Not
Okay.
super popular.
Right.
I mean, it is an effective way, each one of them, to drain a swampland, but
Right. I thought that they were both very good options.
the people have spoken, and those aren't our choices.
Fair enough.
Coming in second at 36% is pull the drain plug, which seems like a really direct response to the issue. What more effective way to drain water than
Pull the plug, baby.
pull the plug, drain it all out?
How many percent did that come in at?
That came in at 36%.
36. Pretty good.
36, yeah, not bad.
So,
But our winning option here for this poll, coming in at 58%, fair majority of the responders here, was the nuclear option.
and you know what, folks? Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's nuke it. Bring it to an irradiated crater and make sure anyone within a non-lethal range of the blast has mutated children for generations to come. That's really how we need to take care of this, effectively wiping the swamp from the gene pool, more or less.
It's the clear not only the clear winner, but also the common sense thing to do.
Absolutely. It's effective. It's fast. There's no, well, what do we do with this afterward? It's a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
And it serves as a monument to the failures.
I think that is the best way to put it. Is we will always be reminded of what the fuck we did and how we did it.
And you know what? I would hope that's enough. If it's not, what do we do?
Then I have no more hope for humanity.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely not.
What's the next poll, Jack?
All right, the next poll. This was a good one. Which feature should be added to the border wall?
Oh, this was a good one.
And we'll do the same order of operations here. Coming in at last place with 7% of the vote. I was kind of disappointed because I liked this option, but the people did not. Coming in at 7%, we have false doors on the south side.
I think that was my favorite option. I'm really surprised that didn't do better, but the people have spoken.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you here. Just the CCTV footage we could get of illegals trying to
Just walk right through.
you think you can just walk right through, but no. And,
Gotcha.
maybe there's another one 50 feet down. And like, well, I'll try that one.
Yeah.
You put some funky music to it, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll get hours of entertainment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would be great.
But okay, moving on. So two of the other options actually tied for second place at 29%. The first of which being automated turrets, which seems effective. Does seem little bit like overkill.
Little bit.
And
what year is it, folks?
Wow, yeah, it's it seemed like the least original answer
Seems
to
a little
me,
too
but
police statey for me.
yeah, absolutely. Effective, yes, but we can do better than that,
can.
folks. We're America. We are built on innovation.
Oh yeah,
And that is our tradition. Competition, yes. So, in the spirit of competition, competing with that 29% poll result, we have the answer of a picture of Clint Eastwood.
Pretty good.
I like it. The Dirty Harry.
It's quick. It's simple. It's efficient. It's cheap, and it'll just get the job done.
Absolutely. If you're trying to cross that border wall and Clint Eastwood's staring you down,
true
asking
American
you,
hero.
You feel lucky, punk?
Yes.
Like, are you going to try and scale that wall?
Clint Eastwood, but yes.
Yeah. Those two were tied at second place, 29%. And then
Big winner.
big winner coming in first with 36%. This was in a dead heat between this and automated turrets for a couple of days.
Oh, really?
And I really thought automated turrets was going to beat it out. But in the end, the wacky inflatable arm guy came in first place with 36%.
I cannot disagree with you folks. You really you hit it right on the head every time.
Absolutely.
With these votes. I don't really know what to say about that.
I mean,
besides perfect.
It's amazing. It's really easy when you've got a wall separating two different countries. Like, some people might get a little depressed about that, regardless of how you feel about the wall itself. I mean, the glorious thing that it is. It's just kind of, it's sad that we need it, And so the wacky inflatable arm guy brings this sort of jovial, whimsical aspect to it, and allows you to continue on with your daily life without having to, be real sad
bad.
about the fact that there are murderers and drug lords right on the other side that are trying to kill your family.
We get to just be reminded and maybe throw a car sales lot there, used car lot or something, and either way, it's livening up a situation that unfortunately we have to build this beautiful wall.
Absolutely.
I think that's a great answer, and thank you guys for that.
Yes, thank you.
Last poll, we just did three
no,
this
we
week.
actually had two
four?
more.
Oh, two more, perfect.
So, the next poll is: should we allow Mexican food pop-ups on the north side of the wall? And
very good poll.
I mean,
Jack does most of the Twitter. He's come up with the polls, so these are a little new to me. I just wanted to let everybody know. So I'm kind of I see them, but he's the one really keeping up with this and making the magic happen.
Thank you for the recognition there, Colin.
Yeah.
So coming in at last place here, 28% of the vote. This one was actually pretty close overall as well. The answer only if it's authentic at 28%.
That was last?
That was last, yeah.
Wow, last at 28%. This was a pretty close one then, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to think if, we had Mexican food that far south, I would like to think it's authentic.
I would assume. But then again, how are they getting here?
Well, and that's a good question. So, maybe the people who responded to that, maybe they realize that it's not all that common to get real authentic Mexican food here because it's not easy for them to get here, you know.
Correct.
Hence the wall.
There's a wall.
So you know that is kind of a tough stipulation to make about the concept as a whole. So I understand that.
Yep. Fair enough. All right.
Coming in at second place with 33% of the vote was no.
Oh.
And
Pretty stark.
it is. And, you know, respectfully, folks, I respect that you have your opinion, but that's wrong.
Yep.
Mexican food, regardless of how you feel about the country or its drug practices, Mexican cuisine is very important to the American way of life.
It's important to the American culture.
Absolutely. Tacos, Taco Bell, burritos.
It's pretty
nachos.
It's quintessential.
Yeah, I mean, you go to a bar, and if they don't have nachos, what's wrong with them?
You should fucking leave.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
Have you ever heard of the national weekly holiday called Taco Tuesday?
Yeah,
Yeah, come on.
yeah. You know what? I'm just, no offense, folks, but not very American.
Right.
33% of you.
Yeah, come on. But the overwhelming winner,
Overwhelming winner here, 39% just said flat yes.
true Americans.
True
right there.
Americans right there. You understand the value of our southern neighbors and their culinary pursuits throughout history.
And what their culinary pursuits does for our culture.
Absolutely. It allows us culinary freedom.
Yes, completely agreed.
That's
wonderful.
Phenomenal. Great job, folks.
Yep. Proud of you guys.
Last poll here, and then we'll move on. So I got to say ahead of time, I am disappointed in the results from this poll. I'm very disappointed.
Oh no.
And let's talk about this. So the poll was military supremacy is key. So what should the DoD innovate to stay ahead of the curve? I feel like this is a pretty important
I think incredibly.
question going forward.
Probably the most important poll of the day.
Absolutely. So 0%, last place, no one voted for it, was nuclear drones.
Wow.
You know, and I understand the nuclear thing is controversial for some people. But, you know, if we can have that sort of firepower on an unmanned vehicle of some sort and not endanger the lives of American service members, you know, that seems like a good option to at least look at, you know?
I think it's pretty common sense.
Yeah, it seems...
I would think that would be the first on my list, but I mean,
right.
People have spoken, so.
So coming in at second place with third place with 11% of the vote was weaponized flu virus.
Oh.
And
That was, what was the pronunciation?
11% on that.
Good.
Yeah,
Well.
I mean it would be effective, you know, as long as we can inoculate the American population and service members against said flu virus.
Right. I'm sure we can do that.
You know, that's how we took the land from the Native Americans and all that. You know, weaponizing viruses, it's very effective. We've used it to great success in the past.
Correct. We learned from history.
Absolutely. You know, there's no reason we couldn't engineer a very effective flu virus.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know,
it's done nothing but good things for us in the past. So.
Absolutely. It has cemented our status in the history books.
Yeah.
Maybe not directly, but absolutely.
A pretty big contributing factor for the reason that we are America.
Absolutely.
So
coming in at second place with 22%, this was my personal favorite of the poll. It was Restart MK Ultra.
Oh.
It was the CIA mind control experiments, for those not familiar. They used a fair amount of psychedelic drugs to try and induce telekinesis or telepathy, various things like that. And they also used sonic wave emitters to try and drive people crazy. You know, it's as far as warfare goes, it's pretty inane. You know, in a sense, it's there's not a whole lot of death that goes on, but you get your results effectively.
definitely.
So
I'm proud of the listeners for that coming in second. And you guys all knowing what that is. Real proud of our listeners.
yeah, good job, everybody. You know, and for the 67% of you, the
Oh no, what is it?
the winner of this poll, I am so disappointed in you folks. 67% of you said don't do war.
Oh my.
You know, I'm real sick of this this leftist, pacifist, what have you, this gibberish.
This just gets me going, Jack.
You know,
this just gets me going. What are you supposed to do about, like, how do you expect shit to get done if you don't have a war?
You know,
I mean, Jesus Christ, people. Come on. You can't just smile about some shit and get shit for free. You got to fight for it.
Absolutely, Colin. Do you think that Kim Jong-un, do you think that he would just smile back and stop firing nuclear missiles at the United States?
Jesus Christ. This just gets me going.
You know, and if you let these people like Kim Jong-un,
right,
you know, if you let them go and develop these nuclear missiles and just don't engage in military action against them, next thing you know, they just the other day test fired a missile that can reach American mainland, and blammo, you're finished, punks.
Yeah,
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. War is necessary, and
not us, because we're in the bunker. We're fine.
Absolutely, we are fine either way.
We care about our listeners. We care about the American people, and you can't just not do anything, folks.
No, not you know.
Disappointed, but everything else, the rest of the polls went really well. Second place was fine. We're gonna give that to second place this week.
Yeah. Restart MK Ultra. That's
the winner here.
Absolutely.
That last one was on there as a joke, and you guys just fucked it up.
Great job.
Yeah.
67% of you.
Yeah.
So those were our polls for the week. And we did get people voting in them, and I think it was successful. Good amount of responses.
I was really happy with that. Again, I want to thank all you good people out there fighting the good fight, following us on Twitter, on Instagram. We got a couple of emails as well, so thank you for those. We're probably going to compile those into a mailbag episode or maybe a segment coming up as we get more. There wasn't a lot, but tons of love on Twitter. We've been getting a lot of Twitter followers, a lot of Instagram followers.
Absolutely.
I'll keep up the Instagram a little bit better.
And I'll keep up with those Twitter polls. Like if you folks keep voting, we'll keep discussing the options on here. And if you want to comment on the polls, if there's any real good insight that's commented on there, I can bring that up as well. These are usually very multifaceted issues, and 4 poll options don't always do the problem justice.
Yeah. This is a great segue too. Is on our social media accounts, if you've been following, which I'm sure most of you are, you would see that we had a little bit of not a data breach this time, but Alex Jones himself.
Oh boy,
the InfoWars guys, those fucking
hacks.
We broke the story on the Amazon robots the day before, and then it's on their news program.
Yeah,
and they didn't cite us as a source.
No, not even.
It was. But we called him out. I got an email from him. I can't go into that, but we'll just say that they didn't like us calling him out. And I'm also glad for all you folks out there that went onto their websites and went onto their social media accounts and called them out on it, because they noticed your responses. And thank you guys for fighting the good fight for us.
Absolutely,
we're really proud of you.
It's nice. We're doing this because we believe in it, and. We're not sitting here every 15 minutes and trying to sell you nutritional supplements.
Right.
That's not why we're here, folks. And, it's real sad to see someone who's exploiting the concerns of good American people, then just turning around and preying on their insecurities and their fears.
Oh, yeah.
It's disheartening.
So our next segment that we're going to go into is about Amazon, which this is also a great segue that this came up that I want to preface really quick, because while I was doing some research after those InfoWars guys stole that from us, last Monday was the new national holiday of Cyber Monday.
Oh, you know what? That brings up, I have not told you about this yet, and I was out of town. I won't disclose where I was, but I was out on Black Friday, and I saw, no, these were eyewitness accounts. I didn't actually see this, but the woman who told me about this seemed very shaken, and I believe wholeheartedly in what she says that she saw. Apparently, there were people performing rituals at the Black Friday sales. Yes, in line in the crowds.
Satanic rituals?
Satanic rituals. There was a pentagram drawn on the ground, and she said in each of the points of the star, it was the letters DEALS. They were sacrificing some. I don't know if it was a pigeon or a rat or something. They were committing satanic rituals for deals.
This is the beginning and the end, folks. This is the beginning of the
This
end.
is, I'd like to look into this in a further episode. I didn't mean to totally derail you, but it was very relevant, so I had to.
That is, we will get more information on that. That was obviously just happened. I am going to be spending the next couple of weeks really getting into this one, and I'm going to probably have to do some research on the field on that one.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
I'd love to see what you come up with for that.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that to my attention. And here we're breaking it on here, folks. This is just for you. What I wanted to say about the Cyber Monday is I was on there researching, and do you know what I fucking saw on there, Jack? 50% off Ancestry DNA tests.
Oh my god!
Right after we talk about it, that same fucking day, same day of the release of the podcast,
Jeez.
there they are on the Amazon for 50% off for Cyber Monday.
That really shows that we were hitting the nail right on the head there. They're terrified that if they don't do something drastic, that people are going to wake up. 50% off, that's an insane deal. I don't know what those services typically cost, but
$100.
No.
So they were on sale for $49.99. Can you believe that shit? So you're giving them your hard-earned fucking money for just to get into the Google Matrix.
Oh my God. It's too bad. And but on the Amazon topic,
breaking news, really.
Breaking news, yeah. Actually,
came out on the
this came out on the first.
Oh, was it the first?
Yeah, and then there was actually another story that I had not heard about until the first from 2 weeks prior, related. So, for those who don't know, which is probably most of you, because we just found out about this, Amazon has just been cleared to store top secret DoD files on their servers, on their S3 cloud data buckets, as they call them. And this is fairly concerning for a number of extremely valid reasons. Through looking into this, we found out that Amazon already has a $600 million contract with the CIA to store data. Disgusting. And the CIA is not, Amazon is not known for having the best security with the data stored on their cloud. And so 2 weeks ago, not long after they started storing top secret data, there was an unsecured data bucket, as they call them, and anyone could have gotten in and seen official military documents. Most of them were not classified, but still, you're talking about our country's military infrastructure, the information that they utilize to conduct operations around the world.
Free for anyone in the world.
Absolutely.
In the world. Probably was already, I'm sure they found that because somebody has already gotten in there. Probably in North Korea. Probably not Russia.
I doubt it. Russia's playing the safe card right now, absolutely. But North Korea.
Over there. But no, at least North Korea, probably Iran.
Oh, most definitely.
We know about the impending Jordan invasion, so I'm sure Jordan got all of that
Absolutely.
information.
And people often forget about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has been caught a number of times trying to hack into various databases for intelligence agencies. It's not really published much because who really cares about Sri Lanka? But Sri Lanka is attempting to solidify themselves as the hub of the black market for information.
You see it on the map, you think, oh, tiny little Sri Lanka, what are you going to do? They are actually giving government grants, and their federal workers are actually working in those internet cafes over there. Just hacking into the American infrastructure. And a little bit into the UK too, but mostly into the American infrastructure. But they're making that a full-time job. Just
It's
to
a
prove they
national
can.
pastime.
Yes.
It's embedded in their culture now.
Yes, it's a big dick swinging contest, and that's all they want to do. They can't really. They're not going to try to do war or anything, but they just want to prove that they can do it, and that's bullshit.
You know, and if they can just turn a few of the bigger powers against each other, they don't need to have a military.
Oh, no.
All they have to, they'll just watch us tear each other apart like rabid dogs.
Yep, and they'll be the trolls in the corner laughing and stroking off because they got one over on us. Good job, Sri Lanka.
Good job, Sri Lanka. Jeez.
And good fucking job, Amazon, just giving this information away.
You know, and so this, so 2 weeks ago, there was another data bucket on Amazon's cloud storage that was unsecured, and that actually contained billions of social media postings that the Pentagon had been cataloging, and most of them were not United States citizens, but some of them were United States citizens. Some of them, they were in various languages. Some of them were political posts, and others were not related to politics whatsoever. And so it kind of, you know, makes you ask, what did they need all this for? Especially the non-political posts. I mean, this is a police state, folks. This is Big Brother. This is, you know, all of the generic stereotypes of oppressive government surveillance. That's exactly what this is. But the non-political posts, that I find interesting.
It's very
Why?
interesting.
Yeah.
Just I would really like to dig into that.
Absolutely.
I'd like to get some of that raw data and see how it's being cataloged and really kind of get into the mindset of it.
Yeah.
I really think I'd be. We're gonna have to call Brian on that.
Yes.
Brian's probably got.
Brian's our guy.
Yeah. He's probably got a pretty good amount of information on that.
Well, yeah. Hopefully we can cover that next week. Then.
Yeah. This is an ongoing story, folks, and we'll keep you updated. It's probably going to be so going into to our next topic, which I'm going to call segue to the takeover, because we're probably going to start most of these weeks off with Amazon, because let's just be real, the takeover is happening.
Amazon,
is happening.
yes, Amazon is humongous. They're expanding. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos just became the world's first 100 billionaire.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if there was a real life Wayland Yutani Corporation, it is Amazon.
It would be him.
It is absolutely
Born
Amazon.
with a silver spoon in his mouth. I mean, you know what his dad did, right?
I don't. What did his dad do?
His dad invented the little mechanism in the stoplights that you know when the stoplights go out and they start blinking red, so you know that it's a four-way stop.
Right.
He invented that.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That is, I had no idea.
Yep. So we're I want to talk about the takeover. So some of this is all becoming public knowledge, and this is kind of a big story that everybody's been talking about for a while, but it's coming out. But all of the cities that want to be home to HQ2, as they're calling it. So as of last week, or this last week, they've announced they've declassified a few of the 238 proposals.
Wow.
238 cities.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's tremendously.
Absurd.
Some of those towns have to be virtually non-existent.
Oh, yeah. And so about 30 of them have been released. So I wanted to go over kind of the real bad ones here, folks.
Okay.
And just kind of educate you guys on what's been going on. Because basically what's happening here is they're trying to hand over the keys to democracy.
Oh, boy.
And just turn this into a corporate fascist state here. And it's real. This gets troubling, folks. But I'm gonna go through them. We're gonna start off with Chicago. Okay, Chicago offered Amazon to be able to pocket $1.3 billion in income taxes.
1.3 billion with a B.
Billion with a B.
So of taxpayer money.
Of not only that, but taxpayer money of their own employees. So they get to pocket the first $1.3 billion that those employees pay to the taxes goes back into Amazon's pocket.
You know, that is absurd.
Absurd.
That
Yeah,
is. I don't even have words for that.
yeah. That city needs its tax money.
Absolutely, that city. We're not usually huge proponents of taxes, but in our current system, it's how things get done. And so the idea of taking away from the funding for things like roads and schools and infrastructure such as that to give to fascist Amazon,
They would get to keep all of it instead.
all of it.
Ugh.
That's fucking criminal.
So it is literally the employees are paying tax dollars to their bosses. How is that American?
That's I feel like that's just it's like a new form of slavery.
Exactly.
That's unbearable.
Yeah. So Chicago, you're fucking up.
Chicagoans, you should feel ashamed of your city government. You should let them know.
So the city of Chula Vista, California. This is ridiculous, folks. They have offered to give Amazon 85 acres of land for free.
85 acres.
85 acres. That value comes in at about $100 million.
My God.
100 with an M. Million with an M. $100 million.
85 acres.
And on top of that, they are going to excuse any property taxes for HQ2 for 30 years.
Oh my God. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, do you happen to know what the average property tax in that area is?
That would amount to about $350 million.
$350 million.
So basically, $450 million they want to give to Amazon just to move in.
That's absurd.
Absurd. New Jersey has that beat. New Jersey just straight up offered Amazon $7 billion with a B, folks. $7 billion.
$7 billion.
That's it. Just flat out cash.
My God.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, to be fair, have you been to New Jersey?
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty-
not much going on there.
Yeah. That was to put it in Newark, too. And that's going to make, when I fly into the East Coast, Newark's the way to go. I mean, fuck JFK.
Yeah.
LaGuardia is fine. But, Newark's the way to go if you know what you're doing. And that's just going to plug up that airport and make traveling harder on all of us Americans.
You're going to have to fly into Miami or something and just drive up the
drive
coast,
up,
you know?
yeah. So, Boston.
Oh, good old Boston.
Boston will give Amazon a city, quote, task force, which means government employees will be working on the company's behalf.
Now, what exactly is this task force? Is this like private security or
Everything. It will
Everything.
Yeah, including a workforce coordinator that's actually going to delegate the work that Amazon needs done. So basically, the city is going to be doing free work for Amazon, paid by the tax dollar.
My God. You know, folks, this is unacceptable.
Boston, it's disgusting. But then we get to Fresno. Fresno.
Oh boy, what's Fresno doing here?
Fresno has offered up a plan to Amazon to allow them to sit on the board with government officials and decide how the tax dollars are spent.
Wait, I'm gonna need you to repeat that.
The city of Fresno, California, is offering a plan to let Amazon heads, I don't know who they'll be coming from, but people at Amazon, to be sitting on the city board and decide how their tax dollars are spent.
Why not just let Amazon allocate all the taxes themselves?
Yeah.
Why even have a city government? Why have representatives of our population if Amazon has a say? You know what? Let's just hand the whole West Coast over to Amazon and just let them run it. We'll all pay taxes to them. We'll all buy their products. We'll live in their homes. You can buy small homes off of Amazon for $46,000 shipped now. We'll all just live in tiny homes with no property. Amazon will pay our taxes to them. They'll represent us and our interests.
We don't need to do anything.
You
That's
know
what
what?
Amazon's for. Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah, thank you, Amazon.
So the last one here, folks. This one is
It gets worse?
This is just... The only word, this is deplorable. This is absolutely disgusting. But you know what? Leave it to Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, yeah.
Right down in the valley.
I'm surprised that the valley is trying to pull even more in.
They're just trying to make the valley bigger. So it's a little outskirt right there. Santa Laguna, California. And you know what they're offering these people? Their own fucking children. That's right.
Oh my God.
Okay, so these guys are offering this plan to Amazon that allows any child between the ages of 8 and 18, so any kid over 8 years old, can work for school credit at Amazon.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
My God. Child labor laws don't have anything to say about this?
Nope, they're treating it like it's volunteer work. Like, oh yeah, you want some extra high school credit, go help the homeless or go help the blind.
Or go work in Amazon sweatshops.
Yes. It's just fucking
Lord.
horrible.
Lord.
Yeah, they are treating child labor like volunteer work, and it is just that made me sick to my stomach.
That is you know what? Oh my God, I'm just flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. You know, the childhood is one of the few innocences we have left.
Yeah.
You know, in this world, and so to think that children as young as 8
years
could
old
be running around and picking
orders in the warehouse,
fucking
delivering to you, with
and you've seen
you've
seen the conditions of those warehouses. They're not well air conditioned. There's usually a line of people waiting outside to take your job if you pass out due to heat exhaustion or dehydration. You know, it's just inexcusable that anyone would work in these circumstances in the first place. But children. 8-year-old children, folks at home, if you have kids, look at your child right now and picture them working in a warehouse at 136 degrees Fahrenheit with 89% humidity, and you know those Amazon overlords in the warehouse just staring down at them. Maybe they have whips. Maybe, you know, who knows what's going on, what the conditions really are.
Oh, you have no idea. They just see your children as dollar signs now.
Dollar signs. Walking, breathing dollar signs.
It is just absolutely disgusting.
That's criminal.
I was really afraid. I was afraid to even bring that one up. Just because,
you know, I'm furious. I wish you folks could see my hands right now. They're shaking.
He is trembling. I'm sick to my stomach. I almost vomited when I first read that, Jack. So, so that's only been 30. I just went over kind of like top. I don't even
want to hear anymore. I've heard more than enough.
Only 30 have been released and offered to the public of the 238.
238.
So as more come, I really hope that's the worst of them, folks. I really.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah. So I'm still pretty amped up about that.
You know. I don't even. Let's move on. I'm furious. Hopefully, the next topic will be slightly less rage-inducing. I'm so angry. I think I'm going to vomit.
Okay. So the next story is the story of Spirit Flight 615. This is absolutely true, folks. Got this off the internet. So we got these off the brave folks over on Reddit, and somebody
Reddit's a good source there occasionally.
Yeah. So somebody just posted, because they were concerned citizen, that their friend was flying from Boston to Fort Lauderdale, and a man attempted to hijack the plane.
He attempted to hijack the plane mid-flight?
Mid-flight.
Good. You know, this calls back to, you know, obviously 9/11, you know, 3/11, all the other 7/11, you know, various other catastrophes. But this is, you know, it's shocking that with the TSA
didn't get this one, and I'm really surprised. So I don't know if he had any sort of weapon, but the what I was able to gather before, most of this has been taken off of the internet, folks. Like removed, I mean.
Wait, removed from the internet?
Most of this has been removed from the internet.
Why would they do that?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So, the man tried to get into the cabin. He rushed the cabin. I don't know about any words of weapons or anything, but some brave Americans on that flight, they tackled him.
Well, good for them.
They tackled him. They held him down.
Those
True
are
heroes.
patriots.
True
Absolutely.
heroes. Patriots. So the flight was diverted then to Baltimore. So the flight took off at 8:15 a.m. and I think the diversion happened about 45 minutes of the flight. So about 9 a.m.
That's not even very far.
No. Yeah. So got up, got ready to, and then just this man did it. So multiple accounts that I picked up of this with one video that I was able to see just a few seconds of before it was removed. I had about 15 accounts of Twitterers that were banned from Twitter.
Banned for sharing information about this incident?
That's correct, Jack.
That is absurd. When did
So, yeah, lots of info, people trying to share this story. Luckily, it's a little bit of this escaped into Reddit, so I was able to start following this immediately. I have a feed that lets me know, anytime the word terrorist comes up on Reddit.
Right.
So my phone was going
That's
crazy.
wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had that going, and so I was able to dig through all of these and find all these banned accounts. I talked to a few of these people personally because I was able to extrapolate their personal data out of the code. And I talked to them, and they gave me their accounts the best that they could.
Do we have information about the attacker itself?
I think that's part of it. I think there's two reasons why this information is being covered up. One of those is because we're going into holiday travel.
That is a good point.
They don't want to lose any money. They don't want to lose people getting scared to get on a flight because there's fucking crazy terrorists around. But number two is the man was white.
He was white.
He was white. And they want to perpetuate this. Every Muslim is a terrorist, and only terrorists are Muslims. This was a white terrorist. I don't know if he was homegrown or if he was from
Italy?
some other part of the world, but he was white.
Huh.
Specifically, they called out that he was white.
White? Like white as a ghost white? Are we talking
Not
Scandinavian
albino.
white?
Not
albino.
Not albino. But white male was
White male. I'm shocked that a white male would do something like that. Honestly,
it's who do you trust now? But
yeah, that's can I trust you?
I hope
I mean,
you-
I know
I-
I can
yeah.
trust you, but you go back home. You
I'm
fly back
flying out
home, and your neighbors,
12
the
hours.
other passengers on the plane.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be tough. But I thought the TSA was really getting these guys.
Yeah, that's they've got those X-ray scanners that let you see through people's clothes. They
got these little things that blow the air in you.
Absolutely. Strip searching. There's all sorts of valid and effective means of, the drug dogs, the explosive sniffing dogs.
I thought we took care of this.
Pat downs, especially invasive pat downs.
I thought this was the thing of 2011, not the thing of 2017. Almost
absolutely.
2018, folks.
How long has TSA been around?
I thought they really had their shit together.
And if they can't spot these people just by looking at them, then what are we paying them to do?
Exactly.
What are American tax dollars doing being spent on these people who just look at my wing wang whenever I go through airport security, but then don't catch a goddamn terrorist when he gets on a plane with a box cutter or an RPG or a dirty bomb or a vial of weaponized flu virus or bitcoins? What's next?
Jeez, yeah. So, fucking white male. So
White male. Goddamn.
If I get any more information on this, folks,
Please.
It'll be here or it'll be on the Twitter. We'll probably talk about this again, but safe travels out there, everyone. Going into the holidays.
This is a dangerous time of year.
Yeah, they really didn't want you guys to know about this because they don't want to lose any money. But I think you should still you need to put money into the economy. You need to not let the terrorists win. You need to still fly. And you see it happen, be a fucking patriot and tackle that asshole like these guys did.
Blammo. Take them out. Be a goddamn patriot.
It is good on those people. So,
Absolutely. I hope someone buys them a steak later.
Oh, I'm sure I mean,
And a beer.
who knows in this fucking country? They probably just got a statement to the feds and
And a coupon for $1 Long Island iced teas at
Yeah.
Applebee's.
they probably had to pay for their own flight home after the diversion too. Sometimes
My
this
God.
country is just too much.
Too much.
Okay, Whew. Getting worked up again.
Yeah. Every story we keep getting into, they're just working us up.
Yeah.
These are really stressful and trying times, obviously, Colin. And I just, but these are the things that you, the listeners, need to hear about. And
On your weekly dose of truth,
absolutely.
this is what you get.
How do you operate in your lives without the truth?
I don't know how you guys have been living without us. All right. Well, we got one final story today. I don't
One
think
more.
you don't have anything else, right?
No, not off the top of my head. I mean, I got plenty of stuff on the back burner,
well, yeah,
but next week.
Jack's working hard.
Oh, boy.
So we got one more story for you folks, and this is a new one. Now, I developed this story. I was not expecting to drop this information this week because I literally found out about this as I was getting onto the plane coming down here. Now, Jack, he was
boy.
copied on this email. We have a source. One of our sources is an audio engineer that's been tracking. He's been behind a lot of big. I can't say too much about him. Jack, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, good old Danny.
Yeah.
What can I say about him?
Yeah, he's something else. So Jack was copied on this email, but he's been down in the bunker. I don't think he's even. You probably haven't even checked it.
I haven't checked my email in about 38 and a half hours, Colin.
Oh, so I caught us on the plane, right? So I wrote this story up on the plane, but he sent us this audio file.
All right. Well, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
So you've heard of these apps like have you ever heard of Headspace?
Headspace. No, I can't say I've heard of Headspace.
So there's a few apps like this. Headspace is the big one, but it's a guided meditation app.
Guided meditation.
Yeah. So it's
How does that work?
It's relaxing music with a British man guiding you through relaxing
Brit.
scenarios. Yes,
That
this
sounds
is-
stressful to
this
me.
is-
But
So
All right.
you're supposed to be able to these little 5-minute during your lunch breaks.
why
and
can't you just sit in your backyard?
These
I
are
don't get it.
this is meant for the people at the office with a real bad stressful job, and they can just unwind for about.
You can go to
5
the
minutes.
bathroom. That's what bathroom stalls are for.
Well, so this is what the American people apparently want. but
Okay.
this is what you guys want. This
You know,
is
I'm
not
mad
what you
about
folks
this one.
want.
Too.
This one,
Honestly, I don't know why these apps exist. I'm mad about that.
Well, I can understand. It's a
You know what?
stressful
Let's
life.
just listen to this audio
So-
clip, okay?
So for you guys that don't know, I'm going to give you a little background into what Danny's kind of broken down for us here. Is when you make audio tracks, it's a lot like Photoshop, and there's layers. There's many tracks and layers, and Danny's able to go in and pull those layers out like somebody that like a Photoshop investigator, but he does this with audio.
Right, like you see on CSI, folks.
Yeah, exactly. So he was able. He got into a server. He didn't go into too much detail, but he said we had to see this, and I heard it, and it's appalling. But he was able to get into one of their servers, get one of their kind of dirtier tracks unfinished, and extrapolate out subliminal messages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
job, Danny.
Danny is really.
Why is it Donnie? Danny.
It's Danny. So I have that here for you folks, and I'm gonna play it. And I'm gonna warn you guys. I'm gonna warn you if there's any kids out there, or this is appalling, folks. But this is what you sign up for when you download an app like this. So
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
yeah, this is something else. But this is also Jack's first time hearing this, and it's just prepare yourself, Jack. Well, here we go.
Get yourself in just as comfortable position as you can.
The Holocaust was invented to destroy the morale of the superior race.
Now, close your eyes and inhale deeply. And hold it for 3 or 4 seconds, and then exhale slowly.
He is coming. You must do his bidding.
Again, breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Keep doing that 5 more times.
He won't stop coming. Resistance is
inhale,
futile.
You bring more oxygen into your body, and as you exhale, it causes your body to keep relaxing more and more. Become aware of your breathing and notice how your chest rises and falls with each breath.
Penis, 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 penis.
Penis, 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 folks. That is hidden subliminal messaging right there. That's, you see American media is always trying to sell sex. It's, and I mean, that's the most innocent part of all of these subliminal messages was penis, 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 penis. I mean, that's appalling. That is... Good Lord, Colin. Thank God for Donnie and his audio wizardry. Really, this is. I mean, did he provide any more content? Was he able to figure out any clues as to who placed these there?
So, like I said, I haven't been able to actually get in and really research this. I got the audio file and I got the corresponding message of him describing what happened. He infiltrated their database, and this was a raw. I don't think this has been released, or maybe it was a test, but it was a raw, unmixed. So he was able to pull this information out a lot easier. But I haven't been able to get through and really find out who this syndicate is that's running this. But obviously, it's satanic. Obviously, it's sex. It's also Aryan by nature, by the sounds of some of that.
That's extremely concerning.
Yes,
it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if this is somehow related. Could this be the same? Perhaps linked with. There's those radio stations that play Christmas music during the holidays.
Oh.
And we've always heard about subliminal messaging. In Christmas music and how certain songs will make you want to buy a computer, things like that. And, with the account from the woman that I spoke to the other week about the satanic rituals on Black Friday itself, this could be a rising of Satanism in the United States of America.
Oh, my God,
which
Jack.
I never in a million, this was founded as a Christian country that, loves God and is for God and is in love with God.
I mean, but we know a lot of the politicians are pushing the satanic agenda. So
Absolutely.
This is only this is a natural effect of that. This is going to come from that natural transition. It's just they're feeding it to us subconsciously, and it's
so subversive. I feel blind that I've never seen this before. We're connecting dots right now.
Right now, this is going.
If I didn't have my headphones on right now, I would be connecting some dots on the big board over there.
The board is getting bigger.
I see those right there. You see over there those,
shit.
And that links up with that arc over there. And we have, folks, we're gonna have some details on this for you.
We'll get to the
next
bottom
episode.
Of this. I wanted to break this now and get that
Thank
audio
you,
file
Colin,
before.
and thanks to Danny.
As soon as Dan came with me or got that to me, I had to get it out before it disappears.
Absolutely. That's a phenomenal call on your part. That's why I like to do this with you, is you have that keen sense of urgency.
Sense of urgency.
And what's important. You can sort out the quality bits from the flack, so to speak.
So, thanks to Don over there for that. He really came through this week, and I mean, he's been working with us for fucking years.
Absolutely. I can't even...
I wish I could break some of the stuff that he's given us in the past.
Yeah.
But either way, he is phenomenal at what he does. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Danny. Also, shout out to, we just, in the middle of recording this, got a couple Twitter followers. Shout out to Thomas Gibson on Twitter. And shout out to American Flag King Salmon Bacon Strips.
You guys are kings. All of you.
Kings, absolutely.
Yeah, you Twitter guys. Thank you all so much for following us on Twitter and Instagram and sending us the emails again. We're doing this for you folks. I'm really, really glad that you're appreciating it and you're interacting.
Yeah, it means a lot, to have that instantaneous feedback on our work. And it just, this can be a little difficult. This is extremely difficult. And, it really helps, to get that recognition just from the interaction with you folks.
Oh, yeah.
And, we haven't, I don't think we've set up the Reddit, the subreddit yet.
Not quite yet.
This has been a really busy week for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
Colin's been in and out of the bunker.
Traveling,
flying around, and
the wife's she's been a little under the weather, so I'm coming back from the East Coast back to the bunker, back to the East Coast, and I can't risk her life of bringing her out here to the bunker. And
yeah, no, absolutely. I would not want to do a single thing to endanger her. Just know, if you and the family obviously get into any kind of trouble or anything, I have a full medical wing of the bunker.
Oh.
I have plenty of places for y'all to stay. You're more than welcome.
We might be. I mean, especially as this North Korea thing develops. I don't want to be outside of anything that's not bomb-proof.
Absolutely. Well, I hope nothing happens, but I'd be happy to have all of you here. I love
really
y'all.
Appreciate it. The kids love it here too.
I wish I had a place like this when I was a kid.
I know. The 8 of them could just go and run around and do whatever they want, and it's free out here, folks. It really is. They go pick some mushrooms, and
you wouldn't even know that you were underground if you didn't know.
Right. Yeah, it's something else. One day hopefully we'll be able to figure out how to share some of it with you folks, but
for now it's just not safe.
Yeah. So I think that's it for the week.
I believe it is. We covered a lot this episode, and we uncovered a lot of things this episode to cover next week.
Right.
So I feel like this was very successful.
I think this was good. It was a lot better than episode 1, Data Breach, just because the nature of the situation.
We
got a data breach. We had to cut the episode short, as you guys could obviously tell, and not get too much of our notes were out. And then InfoWars started stealing our stories right off the bat. It was a pretty rough launch, but I'm glad all of you folks, all of these downloads. I couldn't.
Yes, thank you very much. And keep coming back and listening to us, and you'll hear. Quite often, we will break stories faster than InfoWars or obviously any of the majorly syndicated media stations. We have connections that they don't have. And as much as some of these people, such as InfoWars, would like you to believe, we are doing this to inform you folks. We're not trying to sell you nutritional supplements. We're not trying to tell you who to vote for. We don't have advertisements on this show. It just... that we do it to keep you informed. So if you keep coming back to us and listening, you'll start to see the ripple effect as we report on things first.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll see it move to InfoWars, and if it gains enough traction there, you'll see it move to the mainstream media when they just can't bear to ignore the truth.
Ugh. So I can't say it better than that, Double K. So yeah, so I think that's it for the week, folks. I'm really glad you tuned in. I want another big thank you to Darren, and again, follow us on Twitter at the Revere Report,
as well as Instagram.
Instagram the same. At the Revere Report. Paul Revere Report.
Yes. We'll get that subreddit set up ideally this week.
Mailbags at the Revere Report at gmail.com. Send away your questions. We've already got a few great questions from you folks. I'd love to hear more. And I want to, once we get around 10, we'll probably, I think I got 8 already. So
yeah, I've been responding to some individually through the email. I don't want to leave questions unanswered, but I think, once we start getting a larger volume, we'll start taking some questions here.
Yeah.
I'd like to eventually, if we can, if this gets a big enough following, it would be nice to do occasional live tapings and take callers.
That would
while
be
we're
really
on the
good.
air.
That would be really good. Or even live and either calls or Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. Tweet at us while we're recording. You know what? Yeah, we'll work on some cool new features to get you folks really involved in the recording process as it's happening.
Yeah, maybe next week when we record, we'll tweet out when it's going to be. time-wise, and then if anybody shoots us a message or tweets at us, we'll respond or react live. That would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so I think
Stay
that's
tuned.
it.
Yeah.
We'll you'll see us on social media all week long, and just take care of yourselves out there, folks.
And once again, stay vigilant.
This has been a Sedgwick and Manfield production.